Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the Hellcat, headed up to Colorado Springs to go get some exhaust pipe and some parts for the GTO so I can finish the exhaust up, as well as finish up a bunch of other random stuff. So let's head up there, grab that stuff, come back, fab this exhaust up so it's not just dumping straight off the headers. And I can't wait to hear her. Probably just gonna straight pipe her for now because I don't have any mufflers, but she'll sound good. Just grabbed all of the piping I need for the GTO, as well as I got a straight 3-inch coupler or a 3-inch piece of aluminum for the intake, and then a reducer for the throttle body so I can put the mass airflow sensor in and then have an actual air filter, which will be really nice. I think I have a pretty good idea of how I want this exhaust to be. So if you guys remember, I have made a lot of exhausts on cars that have made a lot of power, and how I like to make exhausts and how an exhaust system should be made is the straighter you can make it, the better it's going to flow at higher RPM. And that's how I just pretty much use that theory on every exhaust I make. So this thing, somebody already commented, I use 3-inch pipe, I use 3-inch V-bands because the headers on the collector was already 3-inch and I didn't want to reduce it. With that old exhaust, it was going down to 2-inch. I don't want to have to use a reducer and weld it to a V-band. It would have just been really ghetto. So what I'm doing, it's going to be a 3-inch straight pipe for now. I don't have a muffler in it. I'll probably end up putting a muffler in it, but for now, we're just going to go straight through and I think it'll sound really good. So as you guys remember, I already did 45s off of the headers, which is really nice, but the one thing about it is X pipes don't come in 45s coming off of them and then go to straights. They're either a true X pipe or they look something similar to this, which is kind of, I don't really like it. So how it's made is they sand this down until there's a hole in it. They butt them up together. They put a weld around it. It's an X pipe now. To me, why you want an X pipe, I should also explain that. If you don't know, it balances the exhaust. So it doesn't have, one side, if you hear somebody that has their exhaust split or have some zoomies or something and they sound uneven or unbalanced, this fixes that. So one problem is coming off of the headers here, I need an X or I need 45s, but going this way, I need straights. So what happens, most exhaust companies do something similar to this. They butt them up together, and then they have another 45 coming off here, another 45 coming off here, so they go straight. That's a lot of extra bends. So I think I know how I'm gonna resolve this issue, and it's gonna be very simple, and I'm very excited about it. So what I'm gonna do is hole saw with a 3-inch hole saw through one of the pipes, and we're gonna have a true X pipe like this that flows a lot better, something like that. And then I'll lay the pipe on there, tack it, then re-hole saw through the other pipe. So then both of them are, evenly transitioning. I'll weld everything together. I probably should just MIG it since I'm not back purging it because I don't have my own TIG set up anymore. And I don't have, my welding table here. I need to get everything to the junkyard. I'm still waiting on them to clear out the building. So that's the same reason I haven't painted the Durango, because I have nowhere to blow up the booth. And as you can hear outside, it's like 80-mile-an-hour wind. And I want to paint that thing. It's ready to paint. So let's get this going. I'm going to get it mounted, get it fixed, and get this X pipe made. Then after that's made, it'll be really simple. It's going to be straights, going straight down to about a little bit before the diff. We'll do another 245s going towards the exhaust cutouts. And then back here, we'll do another 245s to bring it through this hole. One thing I'm kind of concerned about is I don't have this valence, and I hope I'm gonna just try to center the exhaust in this hole right here. So hopefully the valence is centered in that hole as well. The whole exhaust system is now finished on the GTO. I think it's gonna sound really, really good. Everything is now V-band clamp. So I have 2 V-bands there, 2 V-bands there, so that midsection will come out. Eventually, when I turbocharge this, I'll just go 4-inch into those 2 3-inches. This is a full 3-inch exhaust. I put flex pipes on both sides just so it had some misalignment built into it. And then in the back, it's just 100% straight piped 3-inch. So I really do like how this came out. I haven't really TIGged anything for a while, so my TIG welds weren't that great, but they aren't that horrible. So let's get this thing lowered down. So I got her outside finally. She sounds good. She's a little loud, but I still need to do the intake and I still need to kind of mount the power steering reservoir. But for the exhaust, nice cam sound. That I have the GTO all situated with the exhaust and all the engine stuff, what I want to do is clean up the interior. So it isn't that bad, but it definitely needs to be vacuumed. Everything needs to be pretty much gone over. I want to get rid of that stereo that's in there eventually, get something that's a little bit cleaner, that's just like an older style. I don't know, it flips down, a CD goes in it. It doesn't look that great. So I just want something that's like a double din that doesn't have a CD, because you really don't need to put CDs in a CD player anymore. You just use Bluetooth on your phone or something like that. But yeah, let's get this all cleaned up, get it ready to go. And pretty much that's it. I found some door panels as well. The guy's gonna give me some pictures. They look pretty good in pictures, or like from the pictures that he had. I just asked him if he could take me some pictures to make sure this isn't cracked like this. And if they're good, I'll have good door panels for this. And other than that, the seats and everything are pretty good. It has a little bit of wear, but nothing too horrible. So let's get her cleaned up and then we'll be ready to take it up. I don't know if I'm going to tune it myself, try to tune it myself, or just take it up and get it tuned professionally. Since there's nobody local that can do it, I really want to get her tuned, just so, you know, I'm definitely going to have to get it tuned, but I want to get it tuned soon so I could go rip it around, because it is, it sounds great. It's going to be super loud though, cruising it, because it has no mufflers, but we'll see. If it's a little bit too loud, I'll probably put mufflers on it, but for the time being, I also need tires and wheels, so we'll burn these off once we get it tuned and pretty much go from there. I cleaned up the interior on the GTO. As you can see, the carpet's now vacuumed. I want to go over it with my Bissell a little bit better and then re-vacuum it. It has a few little stains, and I took the floor mats out because I'm going to also run those through the Bissell as well. And this door panel, I can't wait to get a new one, because this is just all cracked from who knows what. I mean, this car was sitting outside, so, but it has tinted windows. It's kind of not really in a sunny spot, so I'm not exactly sure, but hopefully I'll get those tomorrow. And then we have everything in here nice and clean. I really like having the dash nice and clean. You can see the gauge cluster a lot better. I really dislike the stereo. I just don't like those. I've never really liked those. It also has this sitting here, which I'll get rid of once I get a new one. But besides that, I do want to go over everything one more time. Just give it a nice thorough clean. This was just kind of a nice wipe down to get all the dust and grime off of the steering wheel and everything else. But there are a few things that I want to fix, as well as, you know, get the carpet 100% clean on this side. You know, the passenger side always has a little bit more grime on it, but yeah, we'll get that all Bisselled out. And then I want to go over the seats one more time. The steering wheel, this coating on the steering wheel, on the shifter, and on the badge over there is all lifting. So it doesn't really look that great. So I might have to do something to replace that, or just get rid of it. And maybe I'll paint it the same color as the car, or maybe I'll just paint it. I'm not exactly sure yet. So that is going to be the end of this video. I really am happy that the exhaust is finally done on the GTO, and she is finally ready to go tune. I can't wait to make some power on this, see how much power it's going to make, and then actually be able to drive it around. Right now, just idling, it's pretty drastic. It has the poly engine mounts, so you could definitely see it kind of shaking around while it's idling, but I can't wait to actually hear this thing ripping down the road, doing some burn-offs and stuff like that. We'll just nuke those tires once she's tuned, and actually hear this exhaust. I'll probably end up putting mufflers on here because I know it's going to be super loud, but and driving it around, it's already loud. Driving it around, it is probably going to drone. It's probably going to be super raspy, so it'll probably be fun for, you know, a couple weeks, but after that I'll probably quiet it down with some mufflers. But I'm going to end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.